So this morning I'm just going to do a short little video on the release notes from November 15 and the updates that we've done to the system. So the first thing you'll notice when you log onto the system is the tip of the day and the help section. So the help section is what we've added just to make life a little bit easier to find your way around particular screens. So if we have a look at this screen, it explains the screen and the detail of what that screen is for, and you'll find all screens have the little help button. As we go along, we'll continue to add detail to that help section and those different buttons. The next feature that we've created is being able to plant by batch and have unique seed settings by plant or by batch. So to do that, you need to set up your inventory and make sure your inventory is right. You can see all our inventory has been entered here with all the different varieties, and now this links back to the worksheets. So if we move now to open up a worksheet here, ruby red chart, view the sheet, you can see this has already been selected by myself with the SMAP seed spider. It's got the batch and then it's got the unique planting setting for this batch. And then this is all configurable, so it only lets you select batches or planters set up for that planting type and that seed type. So if I open up the batch, there's only one batch available for this type, so the guys can match it up. The beauty of this update is that if you have any problem, and once you've got it set up, there's a lot of detail that goes in because you've got to add all your inventory and you've got to manage it. But if you do have a problem, you can instantly go back and check that the batch number was right, and you can go to your seed supplier with some confidence and say, hey, we planted this batch and it didn't work, or go back and check your calibrations. So the setting here is pulse 11, pad type 11 with the pulse setting under there. We're going to make a slight update to this change here to this section, just to have a big box that puts all the information in, because different planters have different settings, and it's just more about getting that information in rather than trying to have it a mismatch across planters. But you'll see that coming with the next update in December. You can see another feature here in the overview is we've highlighted the current week and greyed out the other week. So week 48 is the current week, so it just makes it easy to identify and select the current week. That's also done in the orders sections, and anything with that overview has the same sort of looks. Some other features not part of this release, but just to make you aware of them. The overview has a few more characteristics, so you can select the weeks, and then you've got some information down here, whether the detailed view, the meters report, and planting report. So if we select the meters report, it shows you how many meters is required by product type for each of those planting weeks, weeks 48, weeks 49. Okay. The select here again, the planting report shows you where you're up to, whether it's been planned, whether it's been missed for all those weeks. So going back to what we said in the help section, that's identified, and it's got all of the different things here. So the best way to experiment and understand those reports fully is probably best to just select one week. Select week 52, which is 4 weeks away, open up the meters report, and it says, okay, this is how many meters I need to plant to hit my numbers. But as I said before, it's all explained further in the help section. One of the major changes in the update is around the worksheets. So basically in the worksheets we've got extra filtering of the worksheets. So if we select everybody, we can select by an event type. So let's look at spray sheets, spray seed sheets. So we can see all the uncompleted spray seed sheets here and say, well, why is this uncompleted? The same sort of thing, we could go general worksheets, from the crop life cycler. Let's have a look at some slice-o, everybody. So you've got all your slice-o sheets here. It's also explained in the help section, this screen, and how to use the screen. But there's another feature here, which is the merge worksheets. So you've got three buttons here: merge worksheets with another worksheet. You've got this undo button, and you've got the cancel button. So if we focus on the merge worksheets, There's a few rules behind it. You can only merge worksheets with the same chemical type or the same type if they're a general worksheet, so you can't go mixing around up with an insecticide spray. So you'll open it up and it'll limit the options that you've got, and you select the other sheet that you want to merge, and once you've done that you select merge sheets and it'll combine the two sheets together that you want. So you can see in this example I've selected the other sheets. Do you want to merge? Yes. The sheet will remove and we end up with the one worksheet. This is especially handy when you're doing spray sheets and you miss a section and you want to add something else in, or you've got a half uncompleted sheet and you want to add it to the next new sheet. It means that consolidating the worksheets is really quite simple. The next two features in the worksheet section I'm going to explain together. The first feature is the undo button, and the next feature is the cancel feature. So these are explained in the help section, and the diagram there is really quite good, but I'm going to give you a real life example. So it's a good way there if we select block 13 and there's a spray karate which we're not going to use. So we're going to grab a heap of events for that karate spray, and if we just focus on block 13, but there's a whole other lot of events there, we'll create the worksheet. And you can see here, and if you take note of the worksheet, 31925, and all the blocks and the events there on the left hand side, but just focus on 13. So we go find that worksheet in our spray worksheets, same, the feature I showed you earlier, to search, so find the insecticides, and there you can see it straight away. Okay, so now using the undo feature, if we were to select that undo feature, it would put all the events back into the life cycle. However, we're going to cancel. So I've cancelled that, and what it's done is it's removed it out of the life cycle and into the cancel events, and it's done it for all those. So we check again here at 13, and it's missing now, and if you look at the cancelled events you can see that it's cancelled. So once you're familiar with the system, you find it's quite useful and really quite handy, and just understanding the difference between the undo and the cancel button. But as I said before, it's explained in the help section. That covers the bulk of the updates that you will notice as a user of the system. The guys have also done a lot of back-end things. We've actually moved to Amazon servers, the same as they use for Netflix. So hopefully you notice an improvement in speed and performance. And there's other things around the tables that we keep cleaning up. So good luck. Any questions, contact Matt or one of the guys.